Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are playing on the Pyromancer, and because of the new skill tree, the new runes and the new passives, we are finally able to do a fire only Pyromancer build. Finally, after so long we can finally play a Pyromancer as a Pyromancer. So the skills we will be using today are going to be Combustion, Flamethrower, Conflagrate, Firebolt, and then the two buff skills, Arcane Power and Bloodlust. For our runes, we are going to be using Weapon Expert, Searing Intensity, Adrenaline, and Recklessness. If you did want like Dash Mastery and Multicast Mastery in there instead, you can probably remove Adrenaline and take those two. But with regards to weapons, we are using the Fire Lord's Ire because it starts with Flamethrower and Combustion, which are two of the 6 skills that we need. So let's get straight into it. And now, being a Pyromancer, we get a free fire shield around us, which is just extra damage. We'll see at the end of the run exactly how much damage that is. But if we do look at the bottom with regards to Draconic Flame, because it is just the way that the Barbarians one works, and it's literally kill things around you and you get your passive, we do have to time it for the bosses. So we'll see how much damage we're doing to the first bosses and whether or not we should use the passive then. Otherwise we will definitely just keep it till the second set of bosses, because I think you have to skip excuse me, I think you have to skip the second set of bosses to be able to get the passive up in time quick enough. The first time it loads is actually very quick, but then after that it takes quite a bit of time. So over here we're going to grab the HP, because the more HP we stack, the more damage we can do and more cast frequency we can get from Recklessness and Adrenaline. Alright, I didn't mention Firewall, but it is also a very strong fire skill. It isn't one we're going to be using the entire run, but because we found it nice and early, we will use it until we are able to replace it with either a buff or something else. So that's what we're going to be doing with everything. We're just going to find skills that we can use. We aren't a purity build, so if you do struggle to use only fire, you can add in the additional debuffs like our what do we call them again, like your your Doom and things like that. So you are able to add Doom, Dazed, slow, negative effects and all that stuff. But for me, we are going to keep it the way it is. We are going to lock Arcane Power over here because we want both of these. I also want that multicast for areas, so we're going to grab those. You can grab a Might as well, but we want Bloodlust, and hopefully we can find it somewhere soon. We'll just take a Chromatic Bolt until we are able to find it. But we do have very good options over here. Firewall's probably going to replace Firebolt until we can find it, and then we've also got our Chromatic Bolt instead of whatever fire skill we've got. But I'm going to try and keep it to fire only, so we will grab a Spontaneous Combustion there. We don't really have to banish anything that popped up over there. So there we go. We don't have any more rerolls unfortunately, but I'm sure something will show up for us. Now over here, cast frequency is going to be the most important thing, then life, and then we've got our multicast as well. But there we go, everything set and in order. The only skill that we didn't get is our Firebolt, and we managed to get the entire set before the first set of bosses spawn. So that's pretty cool, obviously except for Firebolt. But everything else up and running. So now we are going to work on cast frequency. We're going to work on multicast because that's going to help with Conflagrate. And then we're going to look at just flat damage and health for the extra cast frequency and damage from the 2 runes. And then obviously just surviving. So we are going to use this over here. I can feel that our damage isn't quite high enough. And also if you do get smacked around a little bit, that's okay as well, because you do need your life to be low for the extra free damage as well as the cast frequency. So it's definitely going to assist you in doing more damage. So there really is no problem with having yourself on low life. But there you go, some multicast, fantastic. We're going to grab the magnetic. We've got everything but firebolt, so we will wait till we are available to get it. We do want firebolt. I mean, I guess we could use more firewall. Yeah, okay, for this run we'll stick with firewall. We'll see how it goes and we'll go from there. A lot of area of effect things coming in over here. That does help because we've got the combustion and firewall with the similar tags, so that is helping us out over there as well. So nice cast frequency there, and the first hit on all enemies is going to be a crit, which is going to be helpful as well for extra damage. Alright, so now we need to try and get our passive up. The second boss fight is going to be without our passive, but that's okay, it's not really the end of the world. What we do need to just be careful of is combustion obscuring our vision. So if you do have to turn down the visibility even more, that's okay as well, because as you can see, the fire skills, especially with a lot of AoE, do become problematic for our vision. So just something to do. If you are struggling to see stuff, you are going to have to turn down that visibility. It's really going to be something that you're going to do. I will probably turn mine down as well, because again, it's just very difficult to see some of the things in the game when your visibility is too high. So that's a lot better. Again, still not the greatest. The fire skills do have just too much AoE right now to stop everything. So you can still see firewall and things like that, and it does stop your vision slightly. Alright, we're getting a lot of XP, like a lot. I feel like we need more movement speed here, unfortunately, so we are going to put points into movement speed. Even though we do have a bloodlust, we don't have all of the cast frequency on it just yet, so we do have to worry about movement speed. And like I mentioned, we are going to not use our Draconic Flame on the second set of bosses. They are almost all dead already anyway. And then we will use it on the next set of bosses for that extra free damage on them. And then we'll probably skip the fourth bosses and then use it again on the fifth set. And that's going to just make it a lot easier and quicker to finish the run. So that's fantastic. Again, not being much of a, purity rune-wise run, but it is a purity concept in terms of we're only using fire skills. And it's just really, really strong now thanks to Draconic Flame as well as the new skill tree, which by the way, I don't even have the Pyromancer's skill tree maxed. We're missing health as well as some damage from there, but it's only about 2% damage, so I'm not too worried about it in terms of, we needed that to be fully maxed out, otherwise, but it's not the case because it's, as you can see, our damage is more than enough. It's more about having the runes than your actual skill tree being completely maxed with the pathing for that character. Ooh, gosh, that hurts. So I couldn't actually see anything over there in terms of his Chaos Bomb, and he just dealt so much damage to me. So luckily we were building a lot of HP over there, otherwise we probably would have lost one life already. We're just gonna go and destroy these. We do have the next set of bosses already spawning. That's a bit of a problem. I was not ready for that, but we'll just keep going. So we're going to go for Bloodlust here. We did get another Swift there, so that's fantastic. More HP, more damage, and more damage over there. So we're actually very, very lucky with regards to what upgrades we've been receiving. We have been receiving a lot of damage, which is fantastic over here. We are on low life, which means we probably got the maximum amount of cast frequency and damage from our recklessness and our adrenaline. So both of them are being put to the use impeccably, which is fantastic here as well. We just got to make sure we don't stand or get hit by anything, otherwise we are going to lose this little bit of life, and we did. So that's unfortunate, but we already nearly killed all three of these guys. There's a bit of a health pickup over there. It's okay. We don't really want life pickups because of the runes, but we are going to try. the game is going a bit wonky. I think it's just because we have so much AoE and the flame wall, firewall, or whatever stays on the screen for so long that it does make a little bit of a problem with FPS, but it's okay, we should be alright over there. Next boss fight's probably going to be a very quick one as well, because we do have our Draconic Flame up and running now. So there we go, fantastic, so much fire. I do think actually Firewall might be better than Firebolt. We will be able to check the numbers at the end. I didn't really try a whole whack of combinations over here. I literally just took all the fire skills that I could find in the very beginning, the first time I tried it, and those are the ones that I told you about. I do know Firewall existed, but I didn't know whether or not it would be good. So in this case, yes, Firewall is fantastic, definitely a taker. So as you can see, finished in 7 minutes, a full Pyromancer fire build without Purity as a skill, but using Recklessness and Adrenaline is actually a lot faster than a lot of the other skills that we have used. So really cool. Firewall coming in with the most damage there, and that is actually the fastest time with this weapon and our character. So our fastest time with the Pyromancer and this weapon. So 7 minutes and 7 seconds, new record. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.